if I remember correctly, it was based on a show that I didn't show up for. That was like the tip of the iceberg. I think we had a little miscommunication, and he was under the impression that I had confirmed that I was pulling up to one of his shows, and I think it was maybe one in Philly, and I didn't show up, and my management or somebody reached out to say I wasn't coming, and I think that being coupled with whatever conversations were happening amongst him and his lady, and him just kind of getting this idea, maybe I don't fuck with him or whatever. And he'll tell you himself he wasn't in the best mental spot at that time. And I think he just took a hard left and decided to just go for it, and felt like he had enough ammunition to maybe put a major dent in my armor or decapitate me, and again, I'm really good at channeling that negativity and those pressures into pushing me to a next level where I go into a calculated reactive space.
Charged up, back to back. You almost took the bully position. Like, where y'all at?
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like, in that moment, I just felt like, all right, well, if we're talking about music, let me just show you better than I can tweet you, or better than I can text you. I'm just gonna show you what I'm about. And I don't think anybody really expected me to just jump out there and defend myself and go first. And
twice.
And second. So yeah, I think, Charged Up was a thing that I was just seeing if it was real. I was just seeing if it was, because you never know how calculated someone's plan is. Maybe they've been sitting on the record for 6 months, they hated you all this time, and they just want to fry you. Right. And so Charged Up was my way of being like, is it real, or is this just like a sporadic outburst? I just wanted to know if it was real, if it was a package, or if it was just maybe a mistake on his part, And I started to realize that it was
taking an adversarial stance in a sense.
Yeah, and then I had made the decision that I was gonna go again, and I remember I was working on some beat. I think it was like a Boy Wonder beat or something like that, and it was kind of more rappy. It was gonna be another 100-bar thing, and I was with Serena at the time, and we had been talking a lot about her and Sharapova, going back and forth over the years, and she had made this comment to me, and she was like, "Well, look, if you're gonna go again, she's like, that beat that's on in there, it's just that," she's like, "you gotta finish it." She's a top competitor. So she was like, "You gotta finish it." I'm talking about done, over. And it's gotta be something that everyone that he's with and him have to hear.
Can't ignore it. Right.
Yeah. You can't do some shit that's just for the moment and then it goes away.
Yeah.
She kind of put this battery in my back, funny enough. And then at the time, just, again, timing, this kid Dax, walked in the studio and never met him before. Played a beat, and that was the first beat.
Right.
And it was slow. It was super slow. It was way slower than it was. And then I told 40, yo, speed it up a bit. And that was just when we heard that man. I just went into demon mode.
Right.
Yeah, and then, I really, I don't like to glorify the situation or talk about it too much, obviously, but I'm just giving you the background on how it happened. But I'm not trying to sit here and be like, yeah, my record was something.
The reconciliation. I mean, the Boston show, you bring him out. A lot has happened after that battle, right? I mean, you could do a whole 30 for 30 on that that battle, right? But
well, yeah. By the way, also these things go to another place, right? So one thing I could tell you firsthand is Meek's not a pretender. He's not a joker. He's not beefing with some of these other rap guys where it's their story's all made up and they're really not, their character's not like that. Meek's really about that.